Welcome back to the One Step Journey podcast, season 3, episode 10.
Episode 10.
Thank you guys so much for tuning back in, taking another step with us here today on our journey, your journey, whatever journey you may be on.
Whatever journey you are on.
We are blessed.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah.
We are here.
We're here.
We got a good one today.
We do have a good one today. And we haven't done this length of a podcast in a little bit. And people think it's going to be a long one. It's going to be maybe a little bit shorter one today.
Well, let's not count the chickens before they hatch.
That's true. We usually do that.
We like
You're
to
right,
ramble on and we say it's going to be a 25 and then it's 45 minutes
Hour and
later.
25, yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure, man. But
we got a good one, though.
We have a good one today, right? But before we get in, dude, let's check in, bro. How are
Just
you?
a quick little recap over the last, after the last couple weeks.
Let me do the last couple
Did we
weeks.
talk about Nora on the last episode? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It's been
But
a
it
little
was
bit.
obviously Bahamas, norovirus, back into the routine. It was the first week of getting back out into the field, working, literally
Lifting too for you.
Yeah, lifting and all that kind of stuff. Literally about to jump into the car right after this podcast and drive 5 hours south to St. Louis. We're doing good, man. How about you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good.
Overall, we're good.
We're good.
Checkbox.
Yeah, checkbox. We're good. Overall, great. Just a little tired, right? Sean White yesterday, baby. We were out there doing 360 McTwists, 720 McTwists,
Triple backflip,
triple backflip, everything, man. But no, it was good. It was a good weekend. Last week was a interesting week. As you know, we had some flooding.
Oh my gosh!
In
the house.
in the basement. So, well, before you leave, we'll have to show you really quick in the basement. It's all cut up, all drywall's out. It's all dried out, carpet's gone, ripped out, and everything.
So different.
It's so different, man. So we had the dehumidifiers in our office the other day to help preserve the wood.
Is that what that was that I saw on the? Yeah, okay, got it.
Looked like the
Instagram
Demogorgons.
Story. Yeah, I seen that story.
Stranger
That's the one. That's the story I'm talking about.
So, but yeah, dude, we're good overall. Just a little bit tired, but I mean, other than that, man, I mean, everything is fantastic.
I love that.
I'm great, dude. I'm great overall, man.
I love that. Love to hear it.
We're rocking and rolling, man.
I love to hear it.
Yeah,
we got a good one today.
Yes, dude.
It's crazy because we're going through this right now in our life.
We are.
Right?
We are.
Phases.
It is certain
Growth,
phases.
Change.
It is. And I think it's more relevant or interesting because we're actually living it. People talk about it, but when you're living it, it's a different perspective, right? So we're talking here about, like phases in life when you get to a point where, people go down different types of paths in life.
People grow apart.
And there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing personal.
No,
there's no bad blood. It just happens.
It's just a natural progression of life. That's how it works.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. So it is interesting though. And I've had this thought for the last couple years or so because I've noticed a lot just in life, man. But
yeah, things change.
It is interesting. But why we kind of know why, but I guess when you think about that, how does that make you feel? Knowing that maybe you've been tight with someone for a decade plus and then you kind of just naturally drift.
Kind of just grows apart and then it's something completely different. I mean, it's sad, but it's a part of life. Mm-hmm. As we go through these different chapters and these different phases in life, right? You go to high school and then the big change is, for most people is you go away to college and then you kind of reinvent yourself. You make new friends. Could be in a different state, maybe you're far enough from home, like you're moving out away from home and you're kind of reinventing yourself and then you're meeting friends there and then you get into whatever career that you're going into and then maybe you move for a job. But then the big thing that we're going through, I would say in this phase of life is people are getting married, people are having kids.
Yes.
People are just moving on to that next chapter in life. Really, ultimately, what it is priorities are changing.
Totally.
And people's priorities change throughout these different chapters as their lives evolve, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
As people get married and they start having kids, the priority now shifts into family and, raising your children and having a spouse and a partner and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of takes away from golfing with the boys or video games, whatever it is, right? Which is natural.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that.
Yeah. No, totally, dude. I mean, to add on to your thought, it does suck. I mean, frankly, it sucks. And we can tell ourselves this is part of life and we know it's coming, but it still sucks.
I know.
You know what I mean? And that's why this past weekend, going up to Wisconsin with, some of my college buddies with their significant others and, their wives, girlfriends, etc. it's like, dude, we get to have those moments.
Yeah.
It's maybe not as much.
It makes you appreciate those moments a lot more, though.
It really does, man.
When they're few and far between.
Yeah, and it was just good just to be off the phone yesterday and had a couple messages, and I'm like, okay, let's just put it on the back burner. Let's be in this moment with the crew, enjoying life and just having fun out there, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it does suck, man. And it's one of those things, like you said, we know it happens in life.
You know it's coming.
It's supposed to happen, but it's like that uncomfortable acceptance of, hey, did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
It's like you ask yourself, did you do something
that's
wrong?
one thing you have to remind yourself is it's not personal for a lot of for the natural evolution of this, right? Yes. Where its priorities are changing, it's not personal.
Correct.
Granted, if something happened, okay, maybe that is. Right?
It's this case by case scenario for sure.
But it's also exciting because as you're going through these different chapters, you might be growing apart from people that maybe you grew up with or you've known for a long time, but then you're also growing closer with people that you're meeting on your new journey.
That always happens, dude.
That always happens.
It does. And that's a prime example. I mean, I've met a couple people at the gym the last couple years, like Joey D as an example, right? You know, my buddy Tyler.
With him and all that kind of stuff.
Right, dude. Yeah, and it's those moments that you get to know someone. It's like you feel really it's like a close-knit group, right? Yeah. It's like that, community and culture that you're looking for. And it is exciting though. Right? Like those are people that, I've gotten pretty close with them.
Yeah.
Gonna have them at our wedding type of
100%.
deal. You know what I mean?
And it's amazing, right? Like you don't forget where you come from.
Yeah.
Right? Like you will always be part of the Whitewater football crew.
Totally.
The Juice Boys or whatever you call them, right? Like
the Bezos.
The Bezos, right? Like the Whitewater Boys, and I'll always be boys in some form or another with, the guys that I played baseball with at St. Ambrose and the friendships that I made, right? Just because we live in different states, we grow farther apart and we don't see each other but 1 or 2 times a year or even, years on end, doesn't take away from the friendship that we had. But as we're evolving and as we're changing into new chapters in our lives, we're meeting new people.
Yeah. Yeah. And for sure.
And that's part of it.
It is, man. And
it's part of life, man.
It really is. Yeah. And you really have to appreciate those times with people too. Right? Because the next thing you know, think about it, like it's gone in the blink of an eye.
I know.
Like these last 10 years, I'm like, where have they gone?
Where have they gone?
It's insane.
Where have they gone?
You go from college to seeing everyone all the time, and then you get to the real world. You maybe make some time to go visit them, and then maybe you get into a relationship. You get a new job. You meet new friends, and it's like, well, maybe our interests aren't aligned like they once were. All good, but it just
and it's also kind of sad too when you see. Right. Everybody obviously evolves and enters into new phases and new chapters in their lives at their own pace. But you got to admit it's kind of sad when you see like people that you've grown up with and you've known for so long, like still dwindling in like younger phases, like still partying every weekend, doing blow on the weekends and like all that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, like we're almost 30.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Right.
Right.
100%.
So I think that leads me to another thing where it's like, where you know that you're evolving into new chapters and you're growing into new stuff, where you ultimately, it goes back to what I talked about with the priorities, maybe you remove yourself out of certain situations or certain circles. Because I've done that, and it's nothing personal.
No, not at all.
I've done that with quite a few individuals over the last like 4 or 5 years where it's like, okay, like I love you guys, right? I'm always going to be here,
supporting from afar,
supporting you from afar. But it's like I'm doing different stuff.
Yeah,
my priorities have changed. I'm not partying. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing all that kind of stuff anymore. So like, I'll show face for a bit, but then like I'm out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For
but
sure.
It's like it's all love. It's all love. Like don't get it twisted.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that, right?
It's nothing personal.
No, but it does suck. Like I actually went through this recently with someone from college. Was really good friends with this individual. Not going to obviously name any names, but you get to a point where, I mean, I wanted to invite this person to the wedding. I'll be frank.
Yeah.
Right, and then
you're thinking about it.
Things went down a different path, and I kept reaching out and they didn't. And it's like, okay, well, you also have to kind of realize too, you can only do so much.
You can only do so
much,
man.
You can try to rekindle, you can try to hope there's maybe something left, but then you get to a point where it's like, for what?
Yeah. Like, why am I hunting you down like Dog the Bounty Hunter, trying to get you to come to my wedding? Like at that point, you know what I mean?
Seriously though,
like what are we doing here?
And usually
we're 30,
right? And just for the record, Dog the Bounty Hunter is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
I'm gonna grow my hair out like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dude, no, but seriously, like as you're evolving and going through these different phases in life, like things change. Like I'm really excited to see. Is that accurate? 146? That's got to be changed, right? Or is that accurate?
As of today,
146 days, right? You guys are going to be getting married and then entering obviously like the married life, and then down the road, right? You guys start trying and having kids. Like that next chapter then is going to evolve.
Totally.
And then there's going to be a new shift, right? And then you're going to be spending more time with other people who are married with kids and all that kind of stuff. That's the natural progression of life.
Yeah, it is. It is. But for some reason, it's just hard. I think it's just hard for people to accept change. Yeah. And we've talked about that. Change is necessary. Change is uncomfortable. Change is fantastic. No, it is though. I mean, seriously. So, but to your point, that is the evolution, right? So at some point, we are going to be there. And it's going to be interesting.
It is sad to like think about it though, right? Kind of going back to what I had talked about, where maybe you even notice yourself kind of removing yourself from certain circles. It does bring a little sadness because you think back to like all the memories that we've shared. And like all the things that we've done together, but then just kind of like a caterpillar into a butterfly, like you just outgrow certain stuff.
Right.
And that's natural.
It is natural. And
priorities change. It goes back to the common theme of like, ultimately what happens with these shifts is that as we get older, people's priorities change.
Yeah.
Some people are still focused on partying. Some people are extremely focused on work. Some people are focused on traveling and doing all this kind of stuff. Like, to each their own. Right. Everybody's on their own journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Just to wrap it, look at that. It is. It's so true.
Just to bring it back, right? Like everybody's on their journey, and that's cool.
Yeah. It's so cool. Just making your own footprints.
Paths might cross down the road. You might be on a similar journey for a little bit, and then you branch off or whatever it is, but it's part of life, man, and it's exciting.
It is, and I'm really glad that you brought that point up, man. Where you kind of maybe you hang out in high school or whatever in college, and you go on a different path, and then you veer back.
Yeah, you reconnect and rekindle for sure.
Prime example, dude. I reached out to a high school buddy of mine, a little bit 1 year older than me.
Yeah,
hung out in high school quite a bit. Went to college. Kind of went our different paths. Connected a couple weeks ago, and there's going to be opportunities for work that
Was it the podcast guy that you told me about?
No, it's actually someone in the payment processing space.
Okay.
But it's
from North.
From North, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
maybe I know him.
You 100%.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, for sure. But it's really cool though that like just you never know when those paths are gonna rekindle, right? And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's a prime example of that. Like maybe you need to go down that path for whatever it is. Maybe it's a great path. Maybe it's a dark path that you need to go down to change and learn about who you are.
Yeah.
Maybe you need that. I don't know. I mean, every life and path is just so different, dude.
I absolutely love that you bring that up. And I could share another one that we could say the name because like both of us know him, Justin.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Went to high school with
Prime
him.
example.
Like, we were friends. I played baseball with Justin, like super great guy. Went to college, went a completely separate way. But then like through Instagram and everything, we all kind of reconnected recently through passion for fitness and working out and cold plunging. Yeah. And we've reconnected. So that's kind of the one thing that I love too, that's kind of stayed constant on my fitness journey over the last 10 or 11 years is like, as my life has gone one way or other people's and like you kind of grow apart, the one thing that kind of has stayed constant in my life is like fitness in that journey. And it's like allowed me to rekindle with so many people over the years as they like come back on their journey and then like our paths cross and like they're working out and I'm working out because it's obviously something that's pretty to some degree like relevant in everybody's life as everybody's on their own journey.
Totally.
And then it's like, people reach out to you and asking about the workouts and then they want to get one or whatever it is. But shout out to Justin Harrington.
Yeah, shout out to Justin is right, man.
Yeah. We got to go out to Colorado. We got to visit him, shred, work out, tub, hit the cold tub and everything. Shout out to Justin, man. That's
big shout out, dude. Yeah, it was really good to see that message, man. So it
made me smile.
Yeah, it really did, man. Because I've known Justin forever. I mean, we played baseball growing up. He was on the Winfield Wolves. I was in the Wheaton Warriors. We'd play against each other.
Yeah.
And then obviously at high school too, we'd played for a couple of years. I think he played all the way. I don't remember. Maybe he played all 4 years. I played 3 years. It's been so long. I'm sorry, Justin. I apologize. But yeah, it is really cool. Like you said, just there's a commonality out there. Maybe you branch off a little bit, but like something like the gym brings people back together. Prime example, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is insane. And I absolutely love that because it just allows you to, live that really fruitful life and I don't know. It's just amazing, to be honest with
you know what's another thing that actually rekindled my relationship with a lot of people? Fortnite.
Dude.
When Fortnite was at its peak and everybody was on there, I started playing with people that I hadn't talked to at that time in 4 or 5 years. And like we got like super tight again.
Dude,
playing and started hanging out again, like all that kind of stuff. Like it was someone who I was really good friends with, and we didn't talk for like 4 or 5 years. And then we started playing Fortnite like almost every day together, and like hanging out and like watching sports, and like it's crazy, man.
Dude, ask Christina. I kid you not. I rarely play video games. The only time I ever play is so I can stay in communication with the boys.
Yep.
To Jake, Matt, Justin, all the guys that
just jump on and.
Just play for an hour or two.
Definitely don't play as long as we used to.
No. I used to play for hours.
I don't have the attention span, dude.
I don't have the time either.
Or the time.
The time either.
The time. I'll get on for like an hour, and then like after that, I'm getting kind of bored.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I got to do something else, dude.
But I'm getting bored. YouTube, working out.
Do something else,
business, work,
for
whatever.
sure.
Yeah,
100%, dude.
Just to stay in touch, though. Shoot the shit, play a little bit.
Just hang out, man.
The one cool thing about what we're talking about is just because you outgrow somebody or you remove yourself from the circle or what have you, doesn't mean it's permanent.
No, it doesn't.
You could kind of go on a little journey for a couple years, 5, 6 years, and then you guys come back together and then be on a journey together.
Boom.
And then you could grow apart. Like it's not a permanent thing where it's like if you outgrow somebody, okay, that's done. I'm never talking to you again. But it's just like as life is evolving and as life is going on and you're entering different chapters, we're all on different paths.
100%.
They can pass and then go away and then come together, and then you walk together and you hike for together for a little bit, and then you go again, and then it's just part of life, man.
It's just part of life, and it's really just a part of kind of like where you're at, obviously, in life too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're. I don't know. Everything we have, it's there for a reason. I don't know what that is, but it is cool to take that one step and just to keep growing and evolving and just trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. Like try something new, right?
Yeah.
Like trying YouTube, right? That's probably, and you could probably share on this. You probably have connected with so many different people at the gym that have seen
100%,
you. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, would you have ever connected with those people if you didn't just try something new?
Nope.
No. Right? So what's the worst thing that happens? Okay, maybe you're not saying, but you stop and you go a different path. But the point being is that we're in the driver's seat of our life, of our journey, and we get to take it wherever we want to go.
Yeah.
If we want to go over to, let's say, Japan, or if we want to go over to Wisconsin, you can go as far as you want.
Wherever you want to go.
Doesn't matter.
I will say, I know on this next chapter, I'm probably going to be like, just because of everything that we're doing, it's like I'm probably going to be stepping back from a lot. Because we're focused. This year's all about focus.
You have to, man.
But it's also exciting because now on this journey, I'm going to be meeting a lot more like-minded individuals. And then so like on this path, it's going to be maybe a new community for a little bit while I'm focused on the YouTube and then like the stuff that we're
everything
talking
else.
about, everything else that we're doing. And it's also like on this path too, like both of us, we work so much where it's like I've had to take myself out of certain things just because I work so much. Yeah. And like that takes up a lot of my time. Right? And
it does.
Like you understand that.
No, I do, man. I understand. Trust me. I know. It's been, I mean, I think about it all the time, and it's like even like this it's just you want to get to a point where all that work will pay off. You can step back a little bit. You can start to figure some things out, breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
And then do more of those, the vlogging, right? Taking the trips, just Christina and I, like getting out,
enjoying life.
Exactly. Just
getting out of the house.
Not having to really worry about can we afford this? Can we afford, like getting to that point is I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for when that's going to happen for all of us.
Yeah.
Right. But until then, to your point,
in due time, brother.
We got to work.
We'll get there.
We will get there.
We will
right?
get there.
We will. I already know.
We are getting there.
We are getting there. Trust me. I know that.
A lot of good things.
But to your point, though, it's like it's focusing and taking the time, and it's like, hey, disappear for a couple years, right? Do what you got to do. Work in silence, and it's all just. And then people will know. And not saying it's for people, but I'm just saying it's like
people will know.
People are gonna wonder where's Coleton been? Where's Jeffrey been? What are they doing? Right, but we're just
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Leave it at that.
You know. No, seriously, that's a good one, right?
Yeah.
And we're at about 20 minutes right now. Like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Let us know. Like, shoot us a message. I was going to say like leave a comment. You know what I mean? If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Shoot us a message. Text us. Let us know your guys' personal journeys on this, because I know this is something that every single person has experienced at one point or another in their life, whether a friend has moved away, whether you moved away, you went out to college, you moved for a job, whatever it is. Everybody's gone through phases in life where you've outgrown, you've grown apart, whatever the circumstances is, from certain circles and friendships and then relationships, spouses, partners, whatever it is. Everybody's ebbed and flowed through this water of life. Let us know your guys' experience.
Yeah, seriously.
Right? We've all been there, man.
We have. And just know that like wherever you're at, it's totally normal to feel that way.
Yeah.
And it's just a part of just how the evolution of life is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the harsh reality, but it's true.
This is a really good topic, man.
I love
I'm happy you remembered. We
I
literally
know.
sat here for like 5 minutes before because he couldn't remember. And then finally it came and I was like, yo, perfect. Awesome. Love it. Let's run it.
I loved it, dude. Yeah.
Let's run it. This is a good topic.
Yeah.
Especially at the point now that we're in our life. It's like right around like that age 30 where people are getting married and they're having kids.
A big transition, dude.
It's a huge transition.
You don't realize.
To that next chapter of life. You know, people,
it's crazy.
Like I said, you know, the kids and all that kind of stuff. It's big, and it's something that we're witnessing and we're going through right now firsthand.
Yeah,
it's sad when you're kind of outgrowing certain things, but it's also super exciting to see what you're about to grow into.
Totally,
and what that next chapter is going to bring.
Boom!
I'm fucking excited.
I'm
really excited.
I'm really excited.
I know
too, man.
both of our heads are down and we're focused. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and taking another step with us on this journey, on your journey, whatever journey it may be. Seriously, shoot us a message and let us know kind of your guys' experience on this one. This is one that hits home.
Yeah.
If you guys want a part 2, we'll bring on a guest and talk about it, maybe dive a little bit deeper and get another perspective.
I like that.
I think that would be amazing.
It would be great.
As I say every single episode, thank you guys so much for the continued support, showing up every single week and taking a step with us on this journey. This is episode 80 overall.
Crazy.
We are slowly but surely almost to the big milestone of episode 100. We will be there. As you guys know, new episodes every single Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Let's go.
Right. We'll catch you on the next one. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.